done. That was probably too exciting a finish from your vantage point.
Well,
quite a game.
Well, they went on quite a run at the end, and thank God they ran out of time. That's 2 games in a row that we fell apart at the end of the game and gave up pretty large leads. But again, we found ways to win and hold on to the lead and come up with 2 victories. So that's the key. We got to focus on the positives.
When you look at the standings, things got a little bit tighter after last night with some of the teams that won. Was it a bit of relief going into this off week, being 2 games above 500?
Yeah, the standings are tough to look at right now because I look at it, you lose a game and you drop 4 spots, you win a game, maybe you climb 1 or 2 depending on where you are. But it makes the new what do you call it? Unified standings. Thank you. It makes things more interesting week to week. You could be in a good spot 1 week and you lose a game and all of a sudden you're out of the playoff spot. So, it was important to get on the roll and put a couple of victories together, make some space between some teams because for us to make the playoffs, we're going to have to do that.
Dane obviously got off to a good start and got that 1,000 points out of the way, which, as you would know firsthand, that's quite a number in this league.
Yeah, it's a great accomplishment. Dane's a great player, and I thought he had a great game. And for me personally, I hated milestones, so it's always something you want to get out of the way. So I'm happy for him that he can get his 1,000th and not think about it and just move on.
One of the things that Nick Weiss brought up pregame for this was that this team needed a hot start against Rochester, and it felt like that happened in comparison to the way that the last matchup went. Just what allowed that hot start and what allowed the guys to play with what looked like a lot of fun out there in the first quarter?
Yeah, it was a great start. I thought Matt Vince made some good saves. I thought we moved the ball out of our end very well, and I think we could have had a couple more goals at the beginning too. We had some good opportunities, but it was nice to get up 4-5-1, 4-5-1. But to add what Nick said, I think we need to learn how to close out our games a little bit better. It's 2 in a row, and teams see that, and they it gives them confidence, and gives them the belief that they can win. And the next team coming in, if you're up by 3 or 4 and just a couple minutes to go, they're like, hey, we're not out of it. So we got to make sure we deal with that situation a little bit better.
Seemed like Chris had as good a game maybe as he said all year.
Yeah, no, Chris has been playing well. As an offensive player, sometimes people put a lot of emphasis on your points. And, after watching the last couple games, sure, Chris hasn't put the ball in the net, but he's been doing a lot of other things like cutting through and sending big picks. And I talked to him about that, and I said, don't worry about scoring. Scoring's going to happen. And it was nice to see him get a few today. What did he get, 2 or 3? 3? Yeah, great job.
3 and 3.
Yeah, he had a great game. Did he score the winner? Was that his as a challenge?
Yes.
Yeah, big goal. I was going to give him the player of the game, but Buck equally had a great game, and Buck is always working, and sometimes he doesn't get enough respect or attention from his from coaches or media or whatever it might be. He's a very underrated player.
Is Watts going to be floating on air after breaking into the league?
He had good shots out there. It was nice to see him get a point. I think on the first goal. But he had, I think, 2 shots, and he's got a very good shot, very heavy shot, and easily could have went in for him. Unfortunately, it didn't. But, we used him out there. I didn't use him as much as, Dane or Fraser or Bucky, but, he got in there, and it's nice to see him get his feet wet.
What do you think of Chase's game this year? It seems like healthy, obviously, is part of it, but it just seems like he's stepped up his game on top of his usual creativity, but it just seems like he's working the ball really well this year.
He's doing everything right. Like, he's scoring from the outside, inside. He's setting picks, he's getting through the middle. He's very athletic and probably one of the most creative goal scorers, shooters I've ever seen in my life. And, what did he have today, 2?
2, 4, 6. 2 goals, 4 points.
2 and 4, yeah. He's distributing the ball a lot better as well. And, he's matured a lot as a player. He's playing well, and I need to find more opportunities for him on the floor. We had a lot of great players, and he's been great as a role player, and he's been great as a guy who's producing. So, he continues this way. He's going to end up with, I think he's at 18, 19 goals now, and it's 7 games in. So he's a hard guy to stop. I would not want to play defense against Fraser.
It's almost like he's gotten healthy now, and his body is allowing him to do some
Yeah.
great things that they maybe couldn't do in the last couple of years.
You're right. He's always had some nagging injuries, and he's very fit and very strong and very quick. He's got a hard shot, and like I said, he's got the creative side to him. And he seems like he's running on all cylinders right now. And just want to keep him going, keep him happy, whatever he's doing, just keep doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.